Sentry mode activated. Target acquired.
Hey there hunters, and welcome back to the Gunners Guild. So today I wanted to do a quick video showcasing some of the mods we have access to for Monster Hunter Rise here on PC. All mods can be found on the Nexus under Monster Hunter Rise, and all mods are installed relatively easily. All you need to do is install the RE Framework mod for pretty much everything right now, and that's literally just drag and drop into your Rise directory, and then you drop all your other mods into your directory if they're a pack file, which are the update files. And then if you have the other things like the plugins, you just put them in your auto run folder. Just show it right here, really easy to set up. Now if you do have more than one pack mod, make sure that the last digits are in an incremental order like 1, 2, 3, 4, so that they actually load. You can't replace them or stack them or anything like that. Just make sure each one are numbered individually. Now engine mods typically just drop here into this auto run folder, but you have to make a folder for yourself. I don't think it auto populates one. Now I'm not really going to cover the more obvious mods like ported over weapons or armors, but those are available too, of course. I just think they're kind of super niche on who actually likes those. I want to focus more on mods that appeal to everyone. So anyways, let's just get into these mods. The first mod I want to talk about is probably the biggest one, which is the Layered Any Weapons mod uploaded by Peaslee Wellbot. As you might imagine, this will let you apply layered weapons to any weapon, not just your Rampage one. This does use in-game mechanics that are already in place for the Rampage layered weapon system, so this should appear online as well, but I haven't actually checked that just yet. This also will remain permanently and requires literally no effort to do. It works exactly like the Rampage stuff. This mod is essentially just flagging your weapon as a Rampage weapon, and I'm surprised it works so flawlessly. I feel like we're gonna officially get this system in Sunbreak, but I mean, might as well have it now, I guess. Now there is an added bonus to this mod as well, which is that all those weapon replacement mods, like all the ports and stuff, are basically just replacing one weapon. Well, now you can install those, and if you don't use that weapon, you can install this mod and just layer it over any weapon. So it can be really helpful if you want to use the Buster Sword mod and use it on any great sword, not just the one that they replace. I feel like this should have been a staple mod for any PC player, so I mean, grab it, because fashion always counts, so make sure your weapon's fashionable too. It's a good thing too, because most bowguns are atrocious looking in Rise, and now I can run with the big revolver all the time. So the next mod I want to showcase here is Super Hunt, uploaded by Nylon 3. If you're familiar with Super Hot, yeah, it's that. I mean, it's literally just that. Obviously, this is not a mod for everybody, but I'm sure you can make some sweet clips from it. The reason why I really like this mod is for two reasons. The first is that you can make some really cool guides with this on how to tackle certain matchups between weapons and monsters. Like you can do a hunt, stop, literally, explain, and then continue on and watch what the monster is going to do. I'm not sure how many people are actually going to play it like Super Hunt, but this seems like a much better use for it. Now the second thing is just for screenshots and GIFs, because you can just stop your action, take your screenshot, and then die. Both rather minor niche uses, I know. However, what's really super cool about this is that it just shows what kind of weird engine manipulation stuff modders can already do in Rise, even though we're just a few weeks into Rise's PC life. Once Asher or someone breaks the encryption, modders can start deep diving into huge edits, and it's gonna get insane. This is just a really cool look at what the future could hold. Now moving on to more casual friendly mods that I'm sure most people will use. This is the Weakness Indicators mod by Celluloid. We have this mod in Monster Hunter World, so I'm glad to see it come back in Rise. It's a simple mod that just shows you what element to prioritize on what monsters. It'll show up on your mini-map, your hunter's logs, your target log, everything. You can't miss it. Do be careful though, some monsters change weaknesses depending on their enraged state. Teostra, for example, is more weak to water and flame aura, and more weak to ice and blast aura. Magnamalo and Zinogre follow similar states where they're more weak to element when charged, but not when they're in their neutral state. Anyway, I still recommend installing this one too, just for quick references. I'm pretty sure everyone can get used to this thing. Going on to the next mod, and the one that I believe single-handedly saves Monster Hunter Rise. That is the No Mandatory Wyvern Rides mod. This is also uploaded by Peaslee Wellbot. One of my biggest complaints on Monster Hunter Rise is that there is no way to avoid the Wyvern riding mechanic, which is slow and it wastes time, to be honest. All your aerial attacks, your Silkbind attacks, and even attacks from other monsters cause Wyvern riding, and then you just tap a monster once and then you're forced into it. What's even worse is that most quests are scripted to have monsters invade at specific times just to do this, and then they run away. It's really frustrating and annoying. But with this mod, that's not an issue anymore. As you may expect, no mandatory Wyvern rides makes it so you don't automatically ride a monster when you hit them during their rideable state. Now there are pros and cons to that. Obviously, no Wyvern riding is the pro, but the con is that monsters stay in that rideable state for a long time, like 10 seconds. Way too long. Thankfully, the mod creator had put in a bunch of options for this mod, so you can select a shorter ride time that decreases when you hit the monster, so it ends up acting like a long stagger or a clagger from World. There are also options to only activate this mod if you host the quest online. There's an easy disable button for online play, or force it on for everyone. But I do love the added detail of the options here, which makes you in full control of this. You can easily disable it and without removing files and restarting your game. So you really shouldn't interrupt anyone else if you're playing this online, so long as you're not doing it intentionally. This mod feels really good to use, and I'm actually going to be using this forever going forward. As I mentioned before, this saves Rise for me. And then the last mod I want to talk about is the SloMo Finishers mod uploaded by Bolt the Man. This removes the ending cutscene when a monster dies, and replaces it with a slow motion kill that disables your HUD for those sweet clips. While there's nothing wrong with the original kill screens, this just looks so much better, and I'm surprised this isn't a feature, to be honest. It looks amazing when you get it with pretty much any kill, it doesn't really matter. Sadly, as a gunner, we don't get too many stylish kill screens, but still, they're pretty sweet. This mod also provides you with some options for quick disabling the mod for other players online, disabling it online entirely, disabling just the slow-mo part, and adjusting all the speeds and such. Again, I love all these added in-game config options for these mods, and it's all because of the RE engine and the framework tools with it. And it's things like this that make me really excited for mods in the future, because I mean, we're only a couple weeks into this and we got some really cool stuff already. But that's basically what I wanted to show you for now. Again, thank you for all the modders for doing all this hard work, and all these mods can be found on the Nexus, and I will leave links to them down below. But yeah, that's all for me. Thank you for watching, and good luck out there, hunters.